Splitgate Arena Warfare is a fast-paced multiplayer shooter using player-controlled portals to create a new dimension of arena combat. IGN describes Splitgate as Halo meets
Very
Portal.
toxic.
Splitgate is just Halo and Portal. What could possibly go wrong?
You can one-shot somebody with a fucking pistol!
Mr. Squeeze.
While we were playing, we met this absolute legend called Mr. Squeeze. Mr. Squeeze, if you're seeing this, mwah.
It's literally, so on Source Stadium, it's absolute cancer. Because there's a little underground section of Source Stadium, what they do, and it's super close quarters. So they do, everyone just sits in the other underground section. And, yeah, I mean, you can, and because it's obviously really close range, they just, yeah.
In my opinion, Splitgate is a really good concept for a game. The ideas of a Portal in an FPS game is really interesting, and it does help that the game is actually really fun. If you have played Portal and Halo, you can pretty much instantly have an idea of how good this game could be if it had a better player base. The developers are quite active in updating their game, and it has been shown in the past that at least they're trying to keep their game alive. The only problem I have with it is really the dwindling player base, which isn't really the fault of developers. The maps, however, do need a lot of help. A lot of the maps make little sense and are hard to go around, and it's quite obvious to me why Saw Arena is the most liked map, because it's perfectly symmetrical, easy to understand, and easy to move around. Overall, I find the combat really intuitive, and all the weapons are balanced in general. The only thing in the game which I don't think is balanced is probably the oddball, ironically, because in some really close spaces the player can just run around and just hit people with the oddball, which kills them in one hit. Maybe also don't allow players with oddball to use portals, but apart from that, I think it's a really good game. The only problem is people aren't playing it much as it anymore, which I've noticed. We're coming across the same players more often, which shows a small dedicated community, which is some people like more than large communities.
To go over the maps in more detail, Lava Well is really good, probably my favourite map. Oasis is possibly one of the worst maps I've ever played on in any game. The layout doesn't make sense. It's really easy to abuse portals and like shoot people through them from off angles, and if you're a Smurf, this is probably going to be one of your favourite maps because noobs don't really know how to shoot from long range. Pantheon, pretty good map. Only problem with Pantheon is like the verticality is not too obvious, so you have to look for it if you're new to the game. It's just really top middle of the map is where you get to high ground. Abyss is a pretty good map. It'll remind you of Longus or Elongated from Halo if you're familiar with those. Pretty decent map, not bad. Highwind is really good, but a bit cramped. Also, the ramped edges, you don't go up them smoothly, so I'm not sure many people would like that. Olympus is one of the best maps, probably second best in my opinion. It's really good, very good verticality, very well balanced, and it's asymmetrical, but the layout's pretty good. Soul Stadium, we've already said it. It's very symmetrical. If you've played Halo, it's like similar to that one map in Halo 3. I'll put the name on screen. I can't remember it right now. That's it for the maps. Now onto some gameplay.
Mr. Squeeze is literally built so Jones, bro. I don't know how I felt for that.
He's got Destiny 1 and 2, the Halo map, Halo 3, 2, 1.
He's got Payday 3 before.
He got Payday 3, 4.
Double kill!
Bro, Mr. Squeeze is actually insane to be fair. This game will really infuriate you, but if you rage a lot, do not play this game. It's absolutely infuriating.
Oh my gosh, dude, he's on 2 HP!
Mr. Squeeze is actually one of the best players in the world.
I think he has a shot in. Mr. Squeeze is down once again.
Whoa.
I get fragged, Scott EX is down.
No, Mr. Squeeze has absolutely annihilated me. By the way, just a quick note, I've never had any problems with hackers ever in this game. So there's been lots of good players, but I've never had a hacker. Wait, I have more kills than Mr. Squeeze. I'm actually gold.
Oh, he's actually got gold. Wait, what? Wait, no, I'm gonna do what he's doing. That's what he's fine. Like, he's got a portal behind him, and then he's like camping, and there's like a top of the
Game
unlucky
over.
boys. Okay, no. This one will be the last one, okay?
So I think this game deserves an 8 out of 10.